Ever heard the phrase, "A woman with nothing to lose is the most dangerous thing in the world"? But what about a woman who has everything to lose, yet risks it anyway? A stable marriage, kids, a reputation, the safety of routine. And still, some married women gamble it all for a younger man. Is it lust, love, desperation, madness? Or is it something deeper, something buried under decades of silent longing and smothered desire? Dr. David Buss, an evolutionary psychologist, once wrote, "Humans are not designed for lifelong monogamy. We are wired for novelty, temptation, and rebellion." And for some married women, that rebellion comes in the form of a man young enough to make her feel alive again. Before we dive in, do you think monogamy is natural? Is love a choice or just biology at play? Let me know in the comments. Let's break this down. 7 different perspectives, 7 hidden truths. Brace yourself and let's dive in. Number 1. The ghost in the mirror. Aging is merciless, not just physically, but existentially. There was a time when she walked into a room and heads turned. She didn't have to try. Youth was her silent armor. Now she stands in front of the mirror and sees a stranger. Fine lines, tired eyes, a body softened by years of carrying children, stress, routine. Her husband still loves her, yes, but does he see her? Then he comes along, a younger man, maybe a co-worker, a gym trainer, the son of a friend. It doesn't matter who he is. What matters is that he notices. At first it's innocent, a compliment, a lingering glance, a casual text that shouldn't make her heart race, but does. Then comes the dopamine hit. She starts wearing that dress again, not for her husband, but for herself. Because when a woman who has been unseen for years is finally noticed again, logic doesn't stand a chance. Number 2. The trap of monotony. Marriage is supposed to be the final destination, but no one talks about what happens after the wedding, after the honeymoon, after the years blur into repetition. She loves her husband. But love and desire are 2 very different things. Then he appears, a younger man, full of energy, curiosity, unpredictability. He listens, he studies her, he wants her. And suddenly, she realizes something terrifying. She is starving for excitement. At first, it's just stolen glances, a joke that lingers too long, a conversation that shouldn't feel so electric. Then, the first real betrayal, not the kiss, not the affair, but the moment she starts hiding it. Because once you taste something new, going back is impossible. Number 3. The clock that never stops ticking. People think women feel time pressing down on them only when they're young, rushing to find love, a husband, a family. But they don't talk about the second clock, the youth clock, the desirability clock. At 20, she walked into a room and owned it without trying. At 35, she felt a shift. More effort was needed. At 45, the world has begun looking past her. Society makes its expectations clear. Young women are desired. Older women are respected. But what happens to a woman who doesn't want respect? She wants to feel wanted. Enter the younger man. To her, he is a time machine. The affair isn't about him. It's about proving to herself, to the world, that she still has power. But time doesn't move backward, and trying to fight it, that's how tragedies are made. Number 4. The escape from invisible chains. Marriage can feel like a warm prison, not the kind with bars and chains, but the kind that's so comfortable, so familiar, so expected, that you don't even realize you're trapped. For years, she followed the script. Be a good wife, be a good mother, be grateful. And she was. But deep inside, in the silent corners of her mind, something was suffocating. A whisper, is this all there is? At first she ignored it, buried it beneath PTA meetings, grocery lists, family vacations. Then he appeared, not just younger, free, no mortgage, no crying kids, no conversations about electricity bills, nothing tying him down, and in him she saw everything she lost. Number 5. The price of playing with fire. There is no such thing as an affair without consequence. At first it feels like a perfect crime. The secret texts, the stolen hours, the thrill of having a hidden life. She tells herself, no one will find out. It doesn't mean anything. I'm still in control. But no one plays with fire without getting burned. At first, the guilt is easy to ignore. Then comes the first slip. A text sent at the wrong time. A name almost spoken in her sleep. A change in her routine that her husband notices. Then comes the paranoia, checking her phone obsessively, deleting messages, rehearsing lies in the mirror. And then, the moment she never saw coming. Maybe her husband finds out. Maybe the younger man moves on, leaving her stranded in the wreckage. Maybe she realizes too late that she destroyed something she never wanted to lose. Because here's the truth about playing with fire. You think you're in control until you're not. And once the flames start spreading, there's no going back. Number 6. The secret revenge. Some women don't cheat because they're lonely. They cheat because they're angry. Maybe she found out about his affairs but stayed silent. Maybe she feels unappreciated, neglected, overlooked. Maybe she sacrificed everything for a man who no longer sees her. For these women, an affair isn't just about pleasure. It's about power. It's about reclaiming control. Every stolen moment with the younger man feels like a victory. Now, you know how it feels. But revenge is a dangerous drug, because sometimes it backfires. Number 7. The fantasy that never ends. Well, affairs thrive on secrecy, the thrill of what's forbidden. But what happens when the fantasy collides with reality? At first, she thinks, this is different. He truly loves me. But then the cracks start to show. He starts pulling away. She realizes he was never as invested as she was. The relationship that once felt magical now feels reckless. And she's left with two choices. Stay in the affair and risk losing everything. End it and live with the emptiness. Either way, the fantasy always fades. And what's left behind? A woman standing in the wreckage of her own choices. Remember, not all married women risk everything for a younger man, but for the ones who do, it's never just about the man. It's about time. It's about power. It's about the desperate need to feel alive. What do you think? Is monogamy realistic, or is it just a story we tell ourselves? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video insightful, hit that like button and subscribe for more and deeper dives into Stoicism, human psychology, relationships, and the hidden truths we often ignore. This is Stoic Community, where we explore the real, raw, and unfiltered side of human nature. Until next time, stay curious.